It's about 6:05, 6:10, and let's make some coffee. Believe it or not. Dead serious, for real. We're just gonna make some coffee. Probably talk about a few things while we're doing it. So, I never completely clean the ashes out of my grill, and the reason for that is they insulate the heat and hold it in, but I do like to make room. That's about ready to clean out. That's about ready to clean out, but not completely, you know what I mean? Anyway, we'll get to that in a second. I'm standing on my knees. Okay. That way I can kind of get at everything. So, my favorite coffee in my favorite form. Let's move it off to the side. Hi, Miss Kitty. That's not edible, babe. Yeah, that's charcoal. Almost screwed up, didn't I? Yeah, I'm holding that backwards. I've had this thing for years, and it works really good. I almost never use it, and Gabe has been playing with it. I'll tell you something, and it doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a really big deal. I wish I could remember that guy's name. He's a general. He says, if you feel like life's treating you bad, or you feel like things aren't going right, or you feel like, just everything's wrong, whatever, he says, there's one change you can make in your life. There's one change you can make in your life that will make a big difference with very little effort. Make your bed. Make your bed. He says, before you even get started, get up, turn around, make your bed, go start your day, get your shower, brush your teeth, all that stuff, right? Do whatever it is you do. Make your bed. Before you even get rolling, you've accomplished something. You've accomplished something. And even if nothing else goes right the entire day, when you get home, you've got a freshly made bed. I'll couple that with something that does take a little more effort. A friend of my grandma asked her, they were talking about, what would be like the ultimate luxury? And she said, fresh sheets every day. She says, just like staying at a hotel, you get fresh sheets every day. She goes, I would have fresh sheets every day if I won the lottery. Mad money, right? If you just make your bed, you're close to that anyways, but fresh sheets is nice. Anyway, in that vein, put shit back. They say it, man, a place for everything and everything in its place. This has two places, clipped in my pocket and in my hand. Every time I get frustrated with that, it's because I left it laying somewhere. Put things back. Put it back where you found it, the way you found it. Make it look like you were never there. It might not mean much to you, but the people around you, especially if it's somebody else's stuff, it'll make a big deal to them. Oops. Didn't mean for that to happen. All right. This is literally somebody. Now it's clean. I gotta go wash those. Speaking of putting things back where you found them. Half cut. Oh, just right too. That's the, believe it or not, that's the measure for that pot. And the way I found that was the first couple of pots you make are for breaking them in and breaking the pot in, kind of getting a coating, a flavor to it, right? And I'll clean this later. I always clean that out. I don't ever leave it behind. But right now we're doing the video thing, so I'll clean it out later. So, yeah, that's the measure for that, and the way we found that is the first couple of break-in pots, you don't drink them, you just make them. But I went ahead and drank them anyway. I didn't drink them, I just poured a cup and took a sip or two, you know, just to see how it was going. But the very first one I did, I just scooped it out with a cup. I didn't care how the pot came out. I thought that's a good baseline. And it'd be really cool if that was the thing, because if you're out camping, you're gonna have that with you anyway. Huh? So it'd be really cool if that was the, you know, or if not, I'll mark it somehow so that, and that's you know, first knuckle is about what I found for a really good cut. So long as I don't dilute it too bad at the end. I'm gonna build a little fire here. I'm gonna start with this old stuff that I pulled out of the deal, and then I'm gonna build a few little pieces around it. Actually, I'm gonna kind of do this off to the side a little bit where the air is coming in, and there's a reason for that. What I want is to be able to put the pot right over the fire, and then later just move it over a bit so that it stays warm. Okay, but isn't being cooked anymore. All right, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit because I'm a wicked, evil Republican. I like my petroleum products. And because I'm a fucking psycho, or so I've been told, I like fire. There we go. Move this back. Woo, let's get that out of there. Safety first, right? Oh, happy day. So, yeah, I usually don't use this, but being as here, because the grate is like that far from the top of my fire right now, I think it would be great for this. This is the first time I've done this over open flame. I've only used this on the electric burners. So, look at that fire. Man, that looks good. I'm going to put some water in here and kind of show you what I'm doing. I got to wash that still. Again, back to nagging on put stuff back where you found it. I can't tell you, cooking with this mesquite is so good. It's like that smoke smells like a campfire right now. Oh, okay. Well, that's not going to work. No, it'll be fine. No, it won't. Yeah, I drank the last bit of that water too. So there's our fire. You can kind of see where we're at with this. How close that is. We'll see how that goes. I think that's going to be beautiful. Another good thing about the ashes is I put lighter fluid, and then right in the middle I put lighter fluid, lighter fluid, lighter fluid, lighter fluid, lighter fluid, right? It goes down into the ashes. When I light it, the whole thing lights, but as that all burns off, there is still that one little flame in the center that keeps that thing going till it's fully lit, which you can see that is just going beautifully. That's what we want. Now on this, the guy that showed me, and I learned it on YouTube, so he said fill it up to, he said fill it up to here. What I have found is if you fill it up a little bit lower, when it boils, and we're going to boil this, when it boils, the initial foamy froth on the top will want to get up into this spout, and I don't want that. So I actually filled it a little bit lower than he showed me on the video. I actually fill it a little bit lower, and that's been really good. That's been working really good. So let's do this. We're gonna kind of pre-warm that a little bit. I don't have to worry about it directly flavoring the food, so I can go ahead and get it on that fire now and start warming the water. I don't want to put the coffee in there cold. Cool, huh? I'll tell you another thing I found out. You don't want to lift this by this when it's full. So yeah, you don't want to lift it by that handle. You want to lift it by that handle. And then pivoting off of that, you're going to use that to tilt it to pour. But that handle is not strong enough to lift that whole thing. And you just saw I poured a whole gallon in there. I poured a whole gallon in there. Oh man. All right, let's get back up on the tripod and see where we're at, huh? That should be pretty warm by now. It's only been, yeah, it's not hot, but it's really good and warm. So I'm gonna take my grounds. You can't see anything that's going on here. What is the point of that? There we go. So I'm gonna take my grounds, then I'm gonna go ahead and just dump them in. Now, I have found that if I put the lid back on while it's boiling, it'll foam like crazy and bubble up and boil over. If I just go ahead and put the pot on without that. Morning. Care for a cup of coffee? You care for a cup of coffee?
I already had two, thank you.
Okay. It'll be ready here in about 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna stop recording. I gotta go wash these, and it's already boiling. I gotta get my watch. I'll be right back. Here, you watch it for me. Make sure it doesn't go nuts. Ha. Did you watch my pot for me? I bet you faded to black and kind of looked away. Bad. So yeah, once it starts a rolling boil, we'll set a timer. You just let it go 3 to 5 minutes, and it's good. And then there's a trick at the end. Now, I think it's Kent Rollins Cowboy something. Anyway, you don't have to take my word for it. There's a link in the description below of each of the videos where he talks about how to do this. And I did not go to an antique store and try to find an old one. I just went ahead and got a new one. And I'm going to say I think his break-in process is probably best for an old pot. If you get something old that holds water, like he talks about, and you clean it out, you want to clean it out really good. And God, I love this. This is just beautiful. That fire's not quite getting hot enough, guys. Boil already. It's the first time I've done it over a fire. Anyway, yeah, if you clean the pot out real good, make sure it holds water and everything, and then you get started. His whole break-in process, I think, is going to be more important on an old pot that doesn't have a perfectly smooth surface inside. I would go ahead and do the first pot at least, anyways, if you get a new one. If you get a new one instead, I would just go ahead and do the initial break-in on it. There's no reason not to, you know. Use some cheap coffee or something, just so long as it's got coffee flavor in it. That's what I did. It worked out. It worked out real good. I don't think it's really necessary on a new pot, but you do want to wash it out and clean it. And then, like he says, after that, you just don't clean it. Just rinse it out. Get all the grounds out when you're done. Just get all the grounds out. You ought to be good, you know. And then let it set. Let it build up that coating inside. Yeah, just dry it out when you're done. We'll go over that too. We'll go over that in this video. But down in the description below, there's two links. One is how to break the pot, and the other one's just how to make the coffee in the first place, this style. And believe me, I'm getting a little frustrated with this fire right now. So I don't know if I'm gonna say cooking it over an open flame is worth the effort. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. But I'll definitely say that making the coffee this way it's amazingly good. So. Just break that top crust. I want it to off gas a little bit so that the acids can boil off. Oh, John, I watched pot never boils. Sometimes you have to watch them. These are fire. Yeah, that's after breathing on it real heavy. It'll start to die down again, and I'll pop it again. But let's check the time. It is 8:45 in the morning. It is 8:45 in the morning. We'll let this roll until 8:50. About 4.5, 5 minutes. All right, so that's been our minute. I'm going to set this right over here. Now this part is kind of key crucial. As the boil roll is coming off, it's slowing down. We are going to take cool or cold water, and we're going to pour it around the edge so that it runs down the walls, and we're going to just fill this up to the bottom of the spout. That's where we're going to be at. And we're also, while we're doing that, we're just going to go ahead and pour, come on man, we're going to pour it right into the spout. And anything that did boil out, anything that did boil up, that's going to wash it right back out of that spout. So that's it. Take this, you put that on there. The outside kind of dries itself, and now we wait. You wait another 5 minutes. What the cold water does, and there's a word for this, I can't remember what it is. But everything drops. The grounds have been rolling, and they're getting aerated because of the release of oxygen, right? It's all getting aerated. That carries some of the stuff off. It leaves the flavor, right? You don't get the acid in the coffee with this the way you do with drip or anything, because you actually boiled it. It got hot enough to get rid of all that junk. If you've got heartburn problems, this is absolutely the key to drinking coffee with acid reflux. But the cold water goes in, and there's a word for it. It's already flocculated more or less, but you're dropping it, and the cold just kind of carries it all down, and the grounds will form a layer on the bottom that's really hard, and after it sets for 5 minutes, it's pretty solid. It's pretty settled out, okay? After it sets for an hour, this pot will still be warm, especially if you put it next to the fire and you just let the coals kind of die down. Don't blow on them. Anyway, freaking awesome, man. Yeah, the coffee, the grounds just kind of solidified down there, so you'll have to scoop them out later with a spoon. I asked Mom to get us a wooden spoon. That was just so comfortable to use. We were at her mom's the other day doing a little project, and I did this on their stove, and my mother-in-law had a wooden spoon. Man, that was good. So I asked my wife to get us a wooden spoon. All we have are plastic weird things and noodle deals and metal spatulas. So there we go. We'll let that sit, and then I'll pour you a cup. We're going to jump forward actually, and I'll pour you a cup. Well, that ought to be, yeah, that ought to be plenty settled. It's set for almost 10 minutes, guys. Let's check it out. They said you don't want to lift by this. A, it's hot. B, it's not strong enough, I don't think. See how cloudy that is? See how creamy that is? I'm going to go ahead and set this back down in here. Like I said, I want to keep it warm. I don't want it to boil again, because it'll break that it'll break that crust up on the bottom and get all those grounds back up into play. We don't want that. We just don't want it to cool off. Huh? Oh man, here we go. Now, I'll be honest, that did not come out quite as good as it has in the past. That's not the best pot I've made off of this, but it's pretty good. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'll be right back, guys. So, I want to show you this little pot. Get a good size comparison, right? This is exactly the same thing. I love this color. because it's cute. And it is. That's cute. I mean, that is a pretty little pot, isn't it? This is on Amazon. I'll put a link down below for this, and for this, and for these cups. Again, I'm not advertising anything here for the sake of me making money off of advertising it, guys. What I'm doing is I'm just showing you something that I like. Something that I like. This pot is like 60 bucks, 50, 60 bucks, something like that. This one is 16. It was 18. It was less than, I think it was less than 20 bucks shipped and delivered. And the thing is by doing this for not that much money, this will make 2 big full cups of coffee and a little bit more. For not that much money, I got to try this out and see if I would like it. Also, I still have this, so if I want to do this without, you know, boiling 2 gallons of water, you know, I can make a couple cups on a Saturday morning like we just did. It'd take a lot less time. This, if I didn't edit this, guys, it'd be a 30-40 minute video. It takes a little bit of time to do the coffee thing, okay? With this, it really doesn't, because that little bit of water boils pretty quick. And again, he says to fill it up to here. I'm telling you, fill it up to here. You'll be a little bit happier with that. I think the flavor is a little bit better if you fill it to here. I'll be honest. The coffee tastes just a little bit better, but you get grounds, so you don't want that. Anyway, I'm going to doctor this up a bit. You want some coffee?
Yeah,
Without the special sauce.
Without the special sauce.
Just going to touch that up a bit. My coffee, lacking just a touch of flavor. Just a little extra. Something to give it a bit of bite. Oh, big old honey bunny. So, anyway, that's it, guys. I'm good and done. Life is good. Top of the morning to you. I'm actually a bit Irish, so it's not entirely racist, I guess. Besides, Irish are white people. You can't be racist against white people, especially if you're white. Oh, jeez, can you tell the flavoring is kicking in? Yeah, I'm gonna call it good. I'm gonna edit out all the political talk that we were doing while the pot was boiling, and leave you with just a coffee video, hopefully. So, and then I gotta go watch Nut and Fancy just posted a philosophy video, so I gotta go check that out, because a lot of respect for that dude. I don't agree with him 100% of the time, but it's up in the 90s. I've made the boys watch his foundational videos and philosophy videos, and, you know, the importance of hard work and doing a good job and all that. So that's good stuff. I said in one of my videos, and in the comment, I'm going to take a minute here. I said in one of my videos and down in the comments, you know, somebody said, good God, get to the point, you know. You're just chatterboxing. That wasn't the word they used, but you know what I mean, right? Like, yeah, you know, I am doing that. Ooh, ooh. That's the way to do it. That's just keeping that warm. It's just hot enough that it's not going to cool off. I love it. So they said, you know, you chatterbox and get to the point and something, and I think he put a link down in his comment. It took you to like 5 minutes in on my video, and that's where I really started talking about the issue I was talking about. And you know, my comment on that was, hey, look, you know, there's a lot of videos out there that are just that thing. I'm not building a YouTube channel so that I can be famous. I'm not going to get rich doing this. It's none of that stuff. I like to go back and watch this stuff myself. The video that, if I remember right, the video where that happened, I made that video for one dude and one dude only. He was having an issue and a problem, and I basically sat down and recorded me troubleshooting it and going, I think this, and yeah, it checks out, you know. And I made that video for that guy because of a conversation we were having on Facebook. Most of my videos are for my own entertainment, to go back and watch them later and go, oh yeah, you know, oh yeah. It's the family photo album for me. Memories is stuff that I did sometimes with them. Nobody wants to be on YouTube, so that's the reason the family's not in it. Oh, that's why the family's not in it a lot of the time. But I got videos, you know, on my hard drive that I can go back and watch. If I go back and watch my YouTube videos, they're on my hard drive. I don't have to watch them through YouTube. So if YouTube totally shits the bed, which it looks like they're getting closer and closer to doing, I still have all my finished YouTube videos. I have a lot of the raw footage. I got a lot of videos. I got videos that I've edited. They're full mock-up videos. They're ready to go on YouTube. I'll never put them up. It's just never going to happen. I can watch those myself. I really enjoy when you guys jump in the comments. Talked to a guy from Northern Ireland the other day in the comments. There's several comments going back and forth. It actually triggered me to go look at his part of the world on Google Maps and kind of have a conversation with him. I love that. I love the interconnectivity that we've got. This is not just a one-way. I'm not just telling you. So my comment was to the guy that was like, oh my God, get to it already. Here's where he starts talking about the problem. I can appreciate that. I don't run a tech channel though. The thing is, and I said this, if you're watching my videos, you're hanging out here with me and we're doing this thing, you know, and it's something that I think is cool and it's something I would want to go back and watch later. And I totally agree. Some of it I don't want to watch because I got a little long-winded or whatever. But that's what this is about. This is about you and me hanging out and just chilling and not chilling like the modern vernacular, because that's not where we're going. Oh my God, people have screwed the English language up so badly. Anyway, the idea is to hang out, have a good time, just relax and just hash it out, talk about things, kind of go over stuff that's happening, my thoughts on things, that kind of thing. It's just all I'm doing. And if you don't want to hang, don't hang. I'm cool with that. You know, I will miss you. I would be willing to bet you've probably got something really interesting that you can contribute in the comments on any of this stuff, you know, and I would be stoked. I would be stoked to hear your take on it. The guy from Northern Ireland, I'm trying to remember the name of the video. It's a few videos back. You know, several comments going back and forth. I actually dropped into, and here's the thing, guys, here's the fun part. Anywhere I'm at, you know, if you see a street sign as we're going by it or whatever, you can drop it into Google Maps and you can drop yourself into Street View. And when he told me about that, I went and I looked at the Street View of where he's talking about and got to see all that stuff. And it's not the same as being there with you, but man, it's getting really close. And as they start doing this VR headset stuff, it's going to be amazing. You'll be able to put the thing on and do that. And, you know, God, this technology is amazing. It's just amazing what we can do. I'm so sorry that they are throttling it back and they're limiting what we can and can't say. And that's terrible. That's terrible, because there's so many opportunities. And, you know, I was talking during the thing about the Supreme Court justice that passed away here, and like I said, I probably edited all of that out. The opportunities to have these conversations and kind of learn things and figure things out I'm not familiar with every ruling she made, but I'm familiar with a good portion of it, I think. And I know the stuff I don't like because I kind of focus on that when I'm looking at politics. But it's one of those things we can have that dialogue, that conversation. And if I can't post comments, you know what I mean? My comment section's open. I've only deleted one comment because somebody shared their email address. And I was like, whoa, no. I copied it down and deleted it as soon as I saw it. Like, whoa, buddy. Hey, I didn't mean, and I emailed him. I did not mean to delete your comment to censor you. I just, man, I'm not a big fan of putting our email addresses out there. You can see that sun's coming in. I need to wrap it up. Anyway, the thing is the interaction that we have here, just getting to hang out and, you know, kind of be mates and hang out and chat about stuff. I love it. I wish the comment interaction was more. I'd rather have good quality comment interaction between you and I and the rest of the group, the people that are watching. And if the channel never grew past 300 subscribers, I'd be stoked with that, as long as we had good quality interactions. You get to see other parts of the world. You get to get people's firsthand take on their little corner of the globe. It bridges the. This technology bridges the gap physically between our little community. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's phenomenal. Oh, jeez. So, a lot of people say, if you enjoyed this video, like it. If you haven't already, subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Like, comment, and subscribe, I think, is the big thing. I never say that. You never hear me say that. I mean, just now to kind of make fun of it, but you never hear me say that, and I never will. I now say I never will, because then, damn it, you end up, that's the next thing you're doing, is whatever you said. I'll never do that. The thing is that's why I say, wherever you're at and whatever you're doing, I hope it's all going good for you. And finally, and then I will shut the hell up. Like Kent said in his video about this coffee, if you're in a place where you can make coffee, set it up in the front yard. Go knock on your neighbor's doors. Dead serious about this, guys. And some of you are a little bit shy. I get it. I am too, naturally. And I've talked about that in the past. You know, an outward nature is not natural to most people. It's something you have to build. I lived here for 2 years, I think, before I even talked to neighbor Rob, you know, let alone the other neighbors. So, set something like this up in the front yard. Make a pot of tea. You know, if you're in that kind of country, make a pot of coffee. Go knock on the neighbor's doors. Hey, I got a 2-gallon coffee pot going over here over an open fire. Got chairs, come hang out. Put that stuff together. Get to know your neighbors. It's worth it, man. It's worth it. A lot of times, they're really great folks. Try to keep religion and politics out of the comments, and keep it about the weather and the traffic in the neighborhood. And, you know, you learn a little bit more about your own corner of the world. And you make some damn good friends. Wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, man, I hope it's going good for you. Cheers. Have a cup of coffee. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good one.
An Irish coffee. No Irish coffee today.
Yeah, it worked. Ooh.
That thing's probably super hot.
Yeah, it is.
Just a little bit, brother. So I could just say I tasted it. That'll work. Because then the rest of the day I'm going to be up to 3 cups.
So I get the neighbor's impression. Uh-oh. That started to boil. We don't want that.
Get aroma. It's good palate.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Salud.